Hi, I'm Rachel Ann, and I'm working on paying off my student loan debt and losing some weight along the way. I'm also here to give you tips, tricks, inspiration, and motivation along your debt-free and weight loss journeys. If you are not already, please go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below so that we can inspire and motivate each other together. If you have watched very many of my videos, you'll see I'm in a different place. I'm actually visiting at a friend of mine who lives in England. I'm visiting her mom, and well, she's visiting her mom and so I'm visiting with my friend. So anyway, today is my October wrap-up budget video, and if you want to know a little bit more about this little mini trip that I'm taking, then I will talk about everything that I spend, everything that I spent this week on Monday. And so I've spent a little bit of money, but that's okay. I also have some big news that I will be announcing on Monday's video, so you'll want to stay tuned for all of that. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you catch all that. Like I said, today is my October wrap-up video, so this is my budget, how I've been doing. Again, I will not be having my face on camera while I am in the budget. It just makes it easier for editing. Time is short, especially when visiting people and traveling and all that. So thank you so much for understanding, and I guess like it was a really good month for money and income, so let's go ahead and get into the budget. All right, we are here in my budget, and I'm first going to go over my notes. At the beginning of the month, I actually set up my budget thinking there were 5 Mondays, but were only 4 in the month of October, and so I changed my church giving to 120, which was 150, but I didn't actually change it because later on in the month, October 24th, I realized that there was an extra church donation, which is usually around this time of year, and since I had accidentally over budgeted, then I decided to just use that money for this extra church donation. So since I kept it in my budget anyway, I was just going to be, under budget when it came to church giving. I decided to actually be right on target, and I gave $30 to this extra donation. Next up, I am going to go over my known allocations. I have blocked out savings because I have actually put money towards savings this month. So I have blocked that out to show you at the end what that will be. So for church, I gave $150. For my rent, that was $273.66. That is my non-undergrad degree. I paid that in lieu of rent since I live at home with my parents, and they are paying for my undergrad degree. I also paid $110.24 towards my graduate loan payment. This is my minimum payment on that, and I'm not making extra payments until I have a full-time job or at least a regular income. My extra checking account is really just my emergency fund, so I don't really add anything to that. I put $25 towards my sinking funds. My HP Instant Ink was $5.29. That is the regular amount that I always pay. And then Verizon was $53.97. Then coming down here to my gas allocation, I spent a lot of money on gas this month because I was coming back and forth between Lexington, and I live in Louisville, and that's about an hour to drive back and forth. That's just an hour one way, so that's 2 hours of driving every time I worked at Keeneland. It's well worth the money, so I did have to spend a lot of extra in gas. I spent $22.67 at Pilot, $20.12 at Kroger, $21.76 at Love's, $21.56 at Love's, $22.02 at Kroger, and $22.96 at Love's. I spent a total of $131.09, and I had $68.91 left in my budget. So I actually well over budgeted. There were a few days that I did not end up working at Keeneland that I had thought that I would. There were a couple of days where I ended up subbing instead of driving out to Keeneland. I made that conscious decision to make a little bit less to sub because of the location. It's like 5 minutes from my house when driving is 1 hour one way to work at Keeneland. So I kind of felt like the time that I saved on those few days was worth it. For my groceries allocation, I spent $12.36 at Kroger. I spent a little bit more than this. Actually, I technically went over budget in my groceries, but I paid $20 in cash to my dad. That has actually helped me a little bit by having the extra groceries in the house, but I need to go more often in order to really have good food at home to eat for myself. And if you have not checked out my Health is Wealth update that I posted on Thursday, then you need to go and check that out, where I was talking more about needing to buy more groceries. Moving on to my teaching allocation, I spent $8.56 at Penn Station. Yes, that is actually food, but I had 2 interviews in 2 days, and one of my interviews was at dinner time, and so I decided to get dinner out as kind of like a celebration for having 2 interviews. And then I also had to pay for another background check for which I'd already paid for, but apparently I filled out the wrong form and the payment does not transfer, and I'm a little bit sour about it, but whatever. That was $10, and I spent $18.56. At least I was still in budget. For my spending allocation, I spent 99 cents for Apple iTunes for extra storage, and then Target was $10.59. For my restaurant allocation, I don't know why I have so many extra lines here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I spent $8.58 at McDonald's, $9.26 at Chick-fil-A, and $11.01 at Culver's. I did go over budget, but it was only $3.85, and my other categories have more than made up for that. In my weight loss allocation, I spent absolutely nothing. Then moving on to my sinking funds, I also spent nothing from my sinking funds. Now for my favorite part, always my income. I love it. You can see I've got lots and lots of lines here for my income, and they're almost all filled up. I love it. So I got Capital One bonus checks from using my credit cards, and I got those in the mail, and I got one for $28.35, another one for $10.88. I also earned Capital One interest from my Capital One 360 accounts. You can actually get a bonus $25, and I can get a $20 bonus when you sign up using my link down below in the description, because I absolutely love my Capital One accounts, and they are so easy to use and actually earn interest, which my main bank account does not earn any interest. And if I had a savings account through my main bank account, it would be like 0.01%, whereas the Capital One 360 accounts I have are like 1% interest. But they actually have, you can actually upgrade, I think, to a performance, which I haven't done that yet, but where I could actually earn more interest on my savings accounts. So I need to look into that, and you should too. I earned $216.03 from Keeneland, $123.31 from Churchill. This was actually from a day that I worked in November. I'm sorry, not November. I don't know what month it is. September. It was like the last day of September. I worked at Churchill, so I didn't get paid because they pay every 2 weeks. Keeneland pays every week. So this was owed from a day in September. Then I earned $369.25 from subbing in the private schools. I'm putting that separately, even though I haven't started subbing in the public schools yet. I am trying to keep that separate just so that I know which payment that's from, if it's from public or private. But this is subbing in the public, or this is subbing in the private schools. I made $4. I made $405.97 at Keeneland, $197.54 at Keeneland, $369.25 subbing in the private schools, and then another $197.55 at Keeneland. So this month I brought in a total of $1,924.01, and my goal for this month was to make at least $1,500 to make up for my FinCon trip that I went on, and that was actually September and October together, so this definitely more than makes up for that trip. This is why I knew that I would be able to make a good amount of money coming up, at least in October, which is why I went on that trip knowing that I could make money. And so I'm glad to have made that up, and I can no longer feel guilty for going to FinCon, even though actually I did not feel guilty at all for going. But yes, I've more than made up for it, so yay! I am going to go over everything here now, and maybe you can take a guess on how much I put towards savings. So I actually made it right on target for my church giving, even though I spent more than what my weekly amount is. So I'm glad that I didn't have to go over budget, because I think last month I had to go over budget in my church giving because of the yearly extra church donation. So anyway, I was right on target, so yay. My rent was right on target, graduate loan payment right on target. These, of course, you know, they don't count. Sinking funds, I'm only putting $25 a month into my sinking funds right now. So, of course, that was right on target. HP Instant Ink was right on. Verizon, I was 80 cents over. I don't know why the amount changes so much like that. I feel like that's a big difference, but whatever. Anyway, my gas, I was $68.91 left in the budget. $12.64 left in groceries, $6.44 left in teaching, $28.42 left in spending, and then I was $3.85 over budget in restaurants, but of course all of this makes up for that, and then $50 left over in weight loss. So now for my savings. This is how much I was able to put towards savings. Dun, da, da, da. I was able to put $1,103.41 towards my savings account. I am so excited about this amount because like that's how much I would normally pay to make my extra student loan payment. Of course, it's going into savings for now until I feel comfortable with my income, that it is a steady thing. But I'm super excited, and actually this will put my savings account to put towards debt over the $5,000 mark, which it was there, and then I dipped below it because of FinCon, and now I'm back above $5,000. That also leaves me at least a good 5 months of not making any money at all. So I like having that cushion, but then I would rather be able to put all of that towards debt. And that's a big thing for me because my next student loan payment is about $4,000. So I like knowing that I can pay that one off completely and put a big chunk towards my next student loan. So that's a big reason why I want to be over $5,000 in that account. But if I can pay off more than that, I would be so excited to do that. So you can see that October was a great month income-wise. I don't know what the coming months are going to look like income-wise, but I am ready and prepared to pay off lots of debt when I do have a more steady income, so I am looking forward to that. I think that's really all I have to say wrapping up, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much I can earn in the month of November, but I don't think it'll be near as impressive, so we'll just kind of like see how we do. I would love to know how your October went. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how October was for you. Did you make more money than you anticipated? Did you spend less than you planned? Or did you go over budget? I would love to know and celebrate with you or commiserate with you, whichever way it goes. So of course, leave that comment. Also, don't forget to like this video. It really helps me out here on YouTube, and share and like, and go follow me on Instagram at @ThereRachelLynn, all of that fun stuff. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.